What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building, man. And today, I have a very special banger lined up for y'all, man. Today, I am bringing y'all 2-in-1. 3 of the best rare builds on NBA 2K21 Next Gen, but also 2 or 3 of the top 3 lockdown builds also in NBA 2K21 on Next Gen. One of these builds, you can definitely consider it a two-way, especially when it comes out to B. So if you decided to click on the video, man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new to the Rich Gang family, as well as any new supporters. I would appreciate it if y'all went ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and share this banger with your family and friends. And last but not least, do not forget to turn on post notifications. I'm uploading every single day, bringing y'all new content and new builds constantly. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The first thing about this perimeter defender, as you can see, we are making it under the power forward position. Now, a perimeter defender is much different from a perimeter lockdown when it comes to the name. Stats are going to be really nice. So let's go ahead and get into the height, weight, and wingspan. I'm going with 6'7", 211, and 7'1". But if you want to go ahead and change this up when it comes to the wingspan, feel free to do so. Now, let's go ahead and get into the most important part of the build, the stats that go into it. So, when it comes to the finishing, go ahead and put that driving layup to a 78. When it comes to the driving dunk, you can put this to a 94. Then on the post control, max it out and we get 9 badges. Now, let's go ahead and get into the shooting. Go ahead and put both your mid-range and the three-pointer to an 82. Then when it comes to the free throw, go ahead and put this to a 72 for 13 badges. Now on the playmaking side, go ahead and put that pass accuracy to a 77. Ball handle is going to be up to a 79, and the speed with ball is going to be maxed out at 84 for 20 badges. Now on the defensive side, go ahead and put that interior to a 67. Max out your perimeter, max out your steal, and the same thing with your block. Then when it comes to the rebounding, go ahead and bring up that defensive rebound all the way up to a 74. Bringing the offensive up to a 49 for 21. Now, the badge setup for this build is honestly super nice, getting all of the contact dunks and pro dribble moves. Then when it comes to the physicals, max out your speed, acceleration, vertical is going to go to a 91, and then the stamina is going to be a 60 with a 42 strength, y'all. This build is super balanced, can use it in any game mode possible. Now, when it comes to these takeovers, as y'all can see, we get the lockdown, playmaking, sharpshooting, but of course, we are also getting the slashing. The first one that I'm going to go with is going to be spot at precision. The second one, I'm going with extreme clamps. And as y'all can see, we got the perimeter defender. Now, let's go ahead and get into the second build that I got lined up for y'all. This was the 2 out of the 3 that I was talking about, the two-way slashing 4. This build is honestly a straight lockdown when it comes to it, depending on the version that you make of it as well. I'm telling you, a lot of things are going to go into it when it comes to these builds. So you can also go ahead and try to make your own style of the build if you want to. You can adjust so many different things when it comes to these builds. There are so many different ways that you can also make them. So if y'all made it this far, man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Just be sure to hit that sub button, hit that like button, as well as turn on post notifications. You clicked on the video, you made it this far, you might as well go ahead and help me out, as well as the Rich Gang family, because we are growing every single day at a rapid rate, and I do not want y'all to miss any of the growing. Now, let's go ahead and get into the two-way slashing 4 build. Let's go ahead and make it exactly under the power forward position as well. Now, you obviously can go ahead and try to make a two-way slasher out of a different build, but I'm telling you, the way that we're going about it is going to be honestly super OP. When it comes to the weight, I'm going to be going with 211. When it comes to the height, I'm going with 6'7", and the wingspan is going to go up to 7'4" or 7'1". It really comes down to how you want to make this build. Like I said, do not feel limited when it comes to making these builds. Go ahead and explore, experiment, and find out what you like the best. That is how I go about every single build. I do not copy anybody. I go about it my own version, and I feel like y'all should do that too. Now, when it comes to the finishing, put that driving layup to a 77, 89 driving dunk, and max out your standing dunk as well as the post control. Right there, we're going to get 10 badges. Now, let's go ahead and get into the shooting. Put the midi and the three-pointer both to an 82. Then when it comes to the free throw, go ahead and put this to a 74 for 14 badges. Now, when it comes to the playmaking, go ahead and put that pass accuracy to a 78, put the ball handle to a 79, and of course, when it comes to the speed with ball, we are actually going to be able to max this out, and then we get 21 badges right there just off of that one stat. So far, so good, but let's go ahead and see what makes this build a two-way. So go ahead and max out that interior defense to an 82, max out your perimeter defense to a 95, and then go ahead and max out that steal at 95 as well. We're not going to go ahead and miss out on that block. Put that to an 87. When it comes to the defensive rebound, bring this up to a 51, and the offensive to a 28 for 22 badges. You're going to be getting all of the animations on this build that you can possibly want. Then when it comes to the physicals, go ahead and max out the speed and acceleration. Put that strength to a 64. Max out your vertical. And then when it comes to the stamina, you can also leave it as is, or you can raise it to where you maintain a 60. It really comes down to your comfort level as well as how you feel about the stamina in this game. A lot of people will say that you do not need to put anything on your stamina, but honestly, in my opinion, if you are going to be playing a game with 4 quarters, 5 minutes each, I'm telling you, in the long run, if you want to play and especially use this build on any game mode, you definitely want to consider the stamina. And not only with just this build, but any build that I bring to y'all. So keep that in mind. As y'all can see, of course, we get the slashing takeover, but we also get the sharpshooting and playmaking. And on top of all that, we get the overpowered lockdown. So the first one that I would highly consider is honestly going to be one of the sharpshooting. I'm going to go with limitless range. The second one, in my opinion, is going to be really good with extreme clamps. And as y'all can see, we got the two-way slashing 4, y'all. Now, we have one final build left over. Let's go ahead and check it out. The multi-position defender under the power forward position. But we are actually able to get sharpshooting takeover. So that is what is going to make this build so much more special. So if y'all made it this far, man, just know that I truly appreciate y'all with all of my heart. And just know that also the Rich Gang family appreciates you as well. I love y'all. I thank y'all. But when it comes to this next build that we got lined up, I'm telling you, the build name says it all. Going to be able to play defense. And with that sharpshooting takeover, we can score at ease. So before we get into the making, man, just know that, again, y'all need to go ahead and hit that like button, turn on post notifications, as well as sub up if you haven't already. Now, when it comes to this build, a couple different things. You can actually make this build with all of the contact dunks as well as all of the pro dribble moves. There are multiple ways to go about it, but I'm telling you, the one that I'm about to show y'all is going to be easily one of the best that you will ever see. So when it comes to the position, go ahead and put it under the power forward. Then when it comes to the height, I'm going with 6'8", and the weight is actually going to go down to 211. If you want to, you can change it up and try to raise it. For me, that wingspan is going to be maxed out at 7'6". Honestly, this build is already overpowered based off of the stats that you can see. And also keep in mind that some of these stats are actually going to be adjustable to your liking. But let's go ahead and get into the finishing now. As you can see, we're going to go ahead and max out the driving layup as well as the driving dunk. Then when it comes to the post control, this is going to be an 83 with a 26 standing dunk for 16 badges. Now on the shooting, put the mid-range shot to an 82, max out that three-pointer, and then when it comes to the free throw, put this to a 74 for 14 badges. Now let's go ahead and get into the playmaking. Max out that pass accuracy only to a 56, but when it comes to the speed with ball and ball handle, both of these are going to be maxed out, getting us those pro dribble moves as you can see. Now when it comes to the defense, max out your interior defense, perimeter defense, steal, as well as your block. Then when it comes to the defensive rebound, we are actually going to go ahead and put this up to a 72, bringing up the offensive to a 47. And right there, we're going to get 24 defensive badges. So the rest of these stats, you can honestly use them for your physicals if you want to, or you could go ahead and put them in other areas. It really comes down to what you like, but for me, I'm going to go ahead and max out my speed, acceleration, strength, vertical, and then when it comes to the stamina, I want to maintain a good stamina. With this version of the build, I actually max it out, but you do not need to do that. If you want to, go ahead and take it all off when it comes to the stamina and apply it to another area. As you can see, we get the slashing takeover, sharpshooting, but then we get both of the lockdown takeovers, rim protecting, and as well as the actual lockdown takeover. So however you go about the takeovers, I'm telling you, always going to be easiest to unlock the first offensive takeover. Then from there, it just leads into the defensive one, which will be second. I'm going to go with finishing moves for the first one. Second is going to be between the lockdown as well as the rim protecting. Really comes down to playstyle and preference. But as y'all can see, we have made the multi-position defender, y'all. Thank y'all so much for sticking through and watching it all. I appreciate the Rich Gang family. I appreciate anybody who's new. But man, just know I got another banger dropping for y'all tomorrow. So y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. To the Rich Gang family as well as any new supporters, I would appreciate if y'all went ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and turn on post notifications so you do not miss an upload. And last but not least, don't forget to share this banger with your family and friends, y'all. Man, with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.